Hey guys, Hunting on a Budget Texas, Cannonball Cats here with a tabletop coming at you this evening. It's Friday evening, April the 20th, I believe. I lose track of the dates, folks. I'm not as young as I used to be. But hey man, coming at you with another tabletop review and just some very brief range footage that I'll present. But this is what we got. I don't know how many of you have seen these. Let me get a little bit closer and you can read what's on that barrel there. That says Cleaver. And exactly what it says is it says the 9mm Luger Cleaver. And tell you what, first let's clear this, make sure we're safe. You can see there is nothing in the chamber. Magazine is empty, magazine empty. There's no ammo around this area. So we are safe to handle. This is the BUL Armory Axe Cleaver. This is the compact version, or as everybody likes to compare everything and refer to Glocks, this is similar to the Glock 19, but this is BUL Armory's version. This is a firearm that is made out of Israel. For those of you that know BUL Armory, you know that BUL Armory is involved in a lot of competition firearms, generally in 1911, 2011 style firearms. But a few years back, they got into the market when all the patents were out with Glock. They decided they wanted to jump on the bandwagon and build Glock style pistols, and they got into the market with the Axe Cleaver, compact and full size. They've got the Tomahawk, compact and full size. This is the Cleaver, of course, and they've got the Hatchet, which is a European only, I believe, compact and full size. But anyhow, we're going to do a review on this, and I want to let you know what's going on with this firearm. I'm very excited about it. Again, I took it to the range for the first time, and I have some first shots that we're going to let you see here. And let's go ahead and take a look at those, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes and we can dig into this a little bit further. Okay, we got the BUL Armory Axe Cleaver. First shots going out. Ooh, pretty accurate. Pretty doggone accurate. Everything that I'm seeing was pretty nice with that one. And you can see the one shot that went really low was definitely all me. So anyhow, pretty good start for this Axe Cleaver. Just want to do a quick first shot so you can see how it runs. Alright, so here we are, and I hope you guys like that. It's a very short range footage, just mainly showing how it looks firing from a viewpoint of looking at the firearm itself, and then a point of view looking at the target. You know, just running a mag through it. Only 10 rounds. Of course, I'm in Texas, so we live in a free state here. And I loaded 10 rounds. I load 10 rounds in all my mags generally when I'm at the range. And then sometimes I'll load 15. I have some 20 round mags and I'll load some of those up all the way too. But generally I load 10 per magazine, and that's how I shoot them out. But anyway, so what you saw was basically a 10 round mag. So let's get into this firearm right quick. First, I want to show you the magazines that come with this. They come with their own proprietary mag plate that says BUL on the bottom. The magazine, I'm not sure who makes it, but it says 9mm on it right there. and it is a polymer, but it's metal lined on the interior, but a polymer magazine. Very, very Glock-esque, so to speak. It even goes so far as having, you probably won't be able to see it, but it even goes so far as having the tabs, just like your Glock magazines. So it's very much, of course, it just has this cherry colored follower here, but very nice magazine. Works outstanding, to be honest with you. But I will tell you that here's a Glock factory magazine. Of course, I have a 5-round extension on here. This again is a Glock factory mag, 17 rounder plus 5-round extension. So this takes 22 rounds. But being that you have a size that runs Glock 19 size magazines, on the compact models you can run the larger magazines, the 17-round factory mags. You just can't swap it. Okay, you can't run a 17-round mag, or excuse me, you can't run a 15-round mag in a 17-round full-size Glock 17, but you can run a 17-round mag in a Glock 19 compact. Sorry to muck the water there, but basically you can see that magazine locks in, everything works properly. It all functions the right way and releases the right way. So that's the great thing about these compacts, is you can run the full-size magazines in them. So that's a good thing. Little thing there in case nobody knew about that. But anyhow, so let's talk about this firearm here. First of all, a completely different recoil impulse than any Glock 17, Glock 34, Shadow Systems DR 920, 920L. You know, we've got the Beretta APX A1 full size. I mean, just a completely different recoil impulse than any of those firearms. Those firearms, other than the Berettas, are somewhat snappy, and they just have that same Glock recoil feel. This one is very, very, it's not snappy. It's more pushy, I would say. And it pushes back just a bit, but there's not a lot of snap to it. It's extremely flat shooting, and so it's very easy to reacquire shot after shot on target. Of course, it does not come optics ready. This is the Cleaver. The Tomahawk is their optics ready version, which comes with an RMR cut. But I like iron sights. I mean, my eyes are getting a little older, and the red dots help. But I've always been an iron sight guy, and I do still like them. But anyhow, this thing, my goodness, what a shooter! And with a 4-inch barrel, I will say that out of all of my Glock style firearms, including my Glock firearms, I have a couple of them. Today, I experienced the finest accuracy out of this handgun that I have than any of them. I was actually quite surprised and pleasantly surprised and a little bit shocked at that. But maybe it's just how it fits my hand. But it just seemed to run better in my hand than any other ones. So if you look at it, the profile is a little bit different. Let me pull out my Glock 34 here and give you the profile. You can see this is a Gen 3 Glock 34, and if you look at the grip style between the two, there is quite a difference there. The grip style on the BUL Armory Axe is more upright, very similar to that of a 1911, and just a differing angle. And then of course you've got your Glock full-size Gen 3 Glock that has the natural hump on there. And don't get me wrong, this is an amazingly comfortable shooter, but for whatever reason, this thing was just shooting lights out for me. Maybe it'll change. Maybe it's beginner's luck with it, but I don't know. Let me put this one back in the case. If it keeps running like it is, I just don't know, man. This thing right here is just an amazing shooter. It's definitely top runner to become my EDC and replace my Glock 43X. But anyhow, looking at the innards of this firearm right quick, comes apart just like your standard Glock. Has your standard captured guide rod, standard barrel access, your obviously your striker spring, your striker pin block, got your standard Glock style striker system. This striker is the same size that works in the 17, 34, 19. They're all the same style backplate. Everything comes off and goes back on the same way. So it's essentially compatible with all Glock parts. Just remember that when you're dealing with Recoil guide rod springs, the 19 is a little bit different than the 17. The 17 is a hair longer, and so you'll need the guide rod that's suited for the 19. You can't use the same one, so your barrel and your guide rod will be the different part. And as far as the internals go, internals are identical. You got a cruciform, you've got your connector, you've got your ejector, you've got the same style of slide lock, you've got a 3-pin system basically, and you've got your Glock safe trigger. This of course is the BUL Armory trigger, and then the BUL Armory does include a 1913 Picatinny rail with 3 slots, which is really nice. Texturing, if you can see the texturing here on the grip, it's fairly aggressive. It's not super aggressive on the sides, but it's the same texturing on the sides as it is on the front and back strap. But man, it really gives you a good purchase in the hand. And these little ridges right here allow your hands to come over. Some people say they're useless. I actually quite like them. It just feels good in my hand, and maybe that's why it was such a shooter for me. It also has your, whatever they call these tabs up here. It's textured and throttle tab, whatever you want to call it. People like to get up here with their thumb and hold it down for recoil. I don't really do that. I still keep a natural grip down here, and my fingers are too short to reach that anyway. Nice undercut on the trigger. A double undercut, nice undercut here, and double undercut here. No texturing on the front, but again, for me, doesn't matter because I don't use it. So, but a really nice setup. I do not have any concerns about the safe design, and basically I'll show you that here in a second. But first, and what I mean by that safe design is I'm talking about the cruciform meeting up with the striker and how much of the cruciform is covered by the striker. Generally, you want to be in that 75 to 80% range. This one is not. This is somewhere around that 50 to 60%, probably closer to 50. But it's definitely drop safe still. I've tried to activate it while the trigger's forward, and it's definitely working safe and working like it should. You've got your standard Glock safety there, trigger safety. You see I can't do anything without without compressing that Glock safety trigger. And then what you got is you come back here, you go to a wall. It's a soft wall, but mind you, I've already upgraded a couple of parts in here before I even shot it. So it's a soft wall, but it advertises 3.5 to 4 pounds out of the box. This one was 4 3/4 pounds out of the box. So I made a couple of adjustments and tinkered with it a little bit, as I do with all of mine. And I've got it down to about 3 1/4, just right around a little over that 3 pound mark. But you can see there's where your wall is, and then a little bit further, boom, there's your hit, reset, very clean and very short, right there, and click. And you can see it breaks at 90 degrees, and it's just a really nice setup. Let's get you a couple of trigger pulls right quick. And let's see where we're at on this guy. We're using our handy dandy Lyman trigger here and a trigger puller, and let's see what we got here. Right there, that one is at, that looks like that's right at 3 1/4 pounds. If you can see that, there you go, 3 1/4 pounds, or just a shade under, right on it. So I'll get you one more right quick for consistency, but I've gone through this thing over and over again, and there's no need to try and give you a 3 or 5 pull average. That's just what it is. It's going to be in that 3 to 3 1/4 pound range. Look at that one. That one is, see if I can get that on the camera. That one was just a shade over 3 pounds. So that's that 3 to 3 1/4 pound range. It's probably going to lighten up a little more, but we'll see. But if it does, as it gets broken in further. But let me go ahead and change this point of view and take this back plate off, and work towards getting the back plate off, show you what I'm doing, and show you some of that crucible coverage. So I'll be back. Give me just 1 minute. Okay, so final thoughts on the BUL Armory Axe Cleaver. Tried to give you as much information. I was speaking kind of fast, but I was trying to make this not too long of a video. All my videos always turn out to be 20 plus minutes because I just have the gift of gab, folks, and it's not always a good thing. So I apologize if this thing ran on. But final thoughts on this amazing firearm out of the box so far. It was a great firearm before I made those few adjustments to the internals to get that trigger down. That's just my thing. It was perfectly good the way it was. That's just my thing on there, and to do that. But it's got a really good trigger. It's got a really nice pre-travel, a very short, crisp break, even with the full factory internals in there at 4.5, 4 3/4 pounds. With my internals in there at 3 to 3 1/4 pounds, it's even better. But it's really just a very, very sweet looking, sexy looking firearm, man. Look at that thing, and you just it's hard to beat that thing when you look at it. It's got very nice serrations, and I tell you, I'm really happy about it. I just want to shoot it some more. I want to keep shooting it. And I'll tell you, when I get a firearm that I just want to shoot more, and I start thinking about it more than the other ones that are in there, and I want to shoot it more, that says a lot about the firearm, because I'm pretty OCD about firearms being properly functional and operating and shooting great. So this one here really is impressing me at this early stage. So I'm already looking for a full-size bigger brother of this one, maybe in the Tomahawk version. And if I go that route, I'll certainly do a review on that one as well. But I'll tell you, folks, this one right here, I think for the money in that 5 to 6 range, you're right in that range with the Glock, and you're getting upgraded components. And this is made in Israel, and a lot of people want made in USA, and that's fine and dandy. Shadow Systems, I have some of those shadows. I have a couple Shadow System pistols, man. They're made right here in Plano, Texas. I absolutely love Shadow Systems, but I'm gonna tell you, this is one damn fine firearm, and I'm excited and very happy to have it in my stable at this point. There is one thing that I do have a gripe about that I want to change out, is I'm going to change out the front sights. Probably not the back, they are metal, but it is 3-dot sighting, 3 white dots, and I'm not a 3 white dot fan. I can always black out the rear dots, and that'll give me a blacked out sights in the back, give me a fiber optic front, and I'll be happy with that. So anyhow, folks, let me know what you think. If you know anything about these BUL Armory Axe firearms and you want to place a few comments in there in this, please do. I welcome it. If you have any questions regarding this firearm, please ask. I'll be happy to answer them if I can, and if I can't, I'll find the answer for you. But if you like what you see and you're not subscribed, please like and subscribe. And for those of you that are subscribed, I appreciate you doing that. These firearms are all purchased with my own money. I'm not sponsored by anybody. So what I can tell you, folks, is that you will get an honest input and an honest opinion from me regarding the usage of these guys, and how they operate, how they function, and whether I'm happy, whether I'm not happy, and where I have problems. You've seen this video. The only thing I had any qualms about, I just stated a minute ago, and it was the sights. Other than that, man, this is one sweet shooter. I'm extremely happy with it at this point. I did change out the internals a little bit, so mind you that, but internals were just fine the way they were. I just like mine to be really slick on the internals and really light on the trigger. That's just the way I work with them. To each his own. All right, folks, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great weekend. Cannonball Cats, Hunting on a Budget, Texas, signing off, telling you have a great weekend again. God bless you, God bless America, and God bless Texas. Take care. Bye-bye.